Oxford Hills with the basketball. Here's Tillinen down low, almost lost it. Inside. Turnaround shot is no good. The rebound tipped and a foul on Oxford Hills.
And that's Fanjoy. Over the back of John Bell. Brewer will be in the 1-on-1 bonus situation here on out.
Here's Bell up in the front court to BK. Now to Bell, right side to Sargent. To Bell and back to Sargent. 4:20 to go in the half. Oxford Hills up by 2. Here's Frost, working the left side. Hesitation dribble, goes to the glass, passes down low for Bell. That'll be an offensive foul. So that'll be 2 on Frost.
Yeah, that was an ill-advised move by Andy. His second foul, and in that situation, the defender was clearly there. He shouldn't have left his feet.
Or just stopped 5 feet short of the basket,
Exactly.
banked in an easy jumper.
There were 2 defenders there. Again, of course, when you're young, you think you can jump through buildings. And if anybody can, Andy probably could.
Over buildings with a single bound, stop a bullet with your teeth, outrun a speeding locomotive. Superman, wasn't he the guy?
Important 4 minutes here, though. Let's see if Frost can smartly play with those 2 fouls. It's going to hinder certainly his penetration. Both of his fouls were the charging variety.
Here's McDonald. Dribbles the right side to the corner. He'll be blocked by Frost from behind, but he stepped on the end line.
So much for playing it safe.
Yeah, right. You don't see many 3-pointers blocked from behind. But,
you don't.
But if anybody can do it, Andy Frost can. There's no doubt about that. Here's Gilliam. Beats his man to the foul line. In the lane, the running one-hander rolls in.
Nice move. Nice move. Boy, I tell you, everybody on this Oxford team is contributing.
18-14 now. Vikings by 4. 3.5 to go in the half. Here's Brindle in the corner. Out to Sargent. Now to Bell. Right side to Frost. Work left side to Bell. Out to Gomb at the foul line. Fakes in the lane. Takes the 10-footer. It's a rounded off. Rebound by Brindle. Tipped and a foul.
Brindle over the back.
And that'll be 1-1 for Oxford Hills.
That's his second foul.
I can tell you what Mark Reed is going to say at the halftime right now. Patience. Let's be patient.
Yeah, now that was actually a good shot by Gomb. But Brindle's got to recognize, okay, I've got a man in front of me here. Of course, he had the tip, but you got to make sure you're going straight up in that situation. And as you've said this tournament, sometimes you just got to say, I'm more valuable to my team than this one particular play right here.
Caleb McGarry comes in the ball game, replacing J.T. Brindle. The foul shot is good. So now the bonus for Leaf Cote.
Caleb McGarry, 6'1" senior.
Number 13, Corey Tillinen.
Here comes the bonus. That rattles in. And it's 20-14. Oxford Hills by 6. Here's BK. Correction, make that Sargent up in front court. Gomb, he's wide open. Goes to the glass. Up, no good. The rebound inside, taken. Put up by McGarry, no good. And Oxford Hills with the rebound. And the Witches are definitely intimidated on the offensive end by this pressure defense by Oxford Hills. In the lane, Tillinen in traffic. Gets it in the corner. Here's a fake. 15-footer from the baseline is short by Grenier. And the rebound, here comes Sargent the other way. Dribbles down low, puts it up off the glass and in.
Good job by Sargent. They needed that. That was a lot tougher than the last three they've missed.
Here's Grenier. Out top to Saunders. Tries the right side of the key, gives it to Tillinen. Wants to shoot, he does. That'll be short. The rebound inside tip. Taken back to Hills, put up and no good. The rebound tipped again. The scramble for it. It's on the floor. And a smart play by number 20, Champlin, as he calls timeout. when he had the ball laying on the
I don't
floor.
know if I've seen anybody get a
Is
rebound.
that, is that technically an offensive
Yeah,
rebound?
sure it is. On the on the climb. Guess that's there must be a punchline to that, but I can't think of one.
Let's just say he really laid out for that rebound.
I've seen guys like lose their balance to get it and call timeout when they're falling down, but I've never seen to get one on the recline.
Well, you know, actually it's a testament to Brewer boxing out properly, but unfortunately the ball went to the floor right to an Oxford Hills player who's on the floor. I like that. Now a whistle down low and a
Gom
foul.
on the push. Chad Gom, I believe 54, gave Chaplin a little shove there.
Brewers, number 54, Chad Gom. That's his first. Team's 8. At the line for 1-1 for the Vikings, number 20, Josh Chaplin.
Josh Chaplin at the line. He'll have one end. Puts it in the air and hits, so now we'll get the bonus. .2:17 to go in the half. Oxford Hills by 5. Second one is good. So the Vikings making their free throws and getting the roll.
Chaplin, one of there's 4 seniors on the team, but only 2 of them that really get serious playing time. So this is a good young ball club for Oxford Hills.
Here's Bell. Right side to Gom. Cross court pass to Sargent. Off to Bell. He'll fire a 3. It's around and off. The rebound inside to Oxford Hills. And they do a very good job on the defensive boards. Here they come.
Oops,
Gilliam
out of bounds. Yep,
stepped out of bounds.
Slipped right out of bounds.
Entering for Oxford Hills, number 23, Matt McDonald.
So Brewer puts it in play. Frost has it. 1:50 to go. Off to Sargent. Now back to Frost. Bounce pass in the lane for Gom. Turns, takes the sky hook and hits.
Like to see more of that.
Chad Gom.
22-18. Here's a shot from the left side, short
Just
by
off the rim.
McDonald. The rebound by Tillinen, no good. And here comes Brewer. Here comes Frost. Checks the clock. Has the ball knocked out of bounds, so it's still a Brewer basketball. 1:13 to go in the half.
I'd like to see them set something up again for Gom on that left side, that little hook shot that he's got. We've got a blood situation. Oh,
No, just a sneaker. Bleeding sneaker.
Maybe Andy just needed a blow.
Sean Bell puts it in play in backcourt to Sargent. Beats his man to the left side into the corner, goes baseline, throws it up, and he's fouled. And that probably will be some shots, a wild one at that, but may have drawn the foul on the drive and the shot.
Well, you take the combination of
It's gonna be 1-1
Renier
anyway.
and Gilliam and Cody. Those are 3 very quick guards. I mean, exceptionally quick. I mean, Sargent
Matt Sargent.
was, Gilliam was on him just like a shadow. Every move he was making.
Free throw is rounded out by Sargent, and the rebound away to Oxford Hills. Here they come, and they don't waste any time. Here's a shot from the baseline. Rattles in and out, and Frost up over the rim for the
I
rebound.
was going to say, he was up for that.
Sargent, 47 seconds to go. Mark Reek says, I want one. They look for one shot. It's hard, though, against that kind of pressure.
So you got to take care of the ball for 30 seconds because these guys, that's no mean task.
Here's Gom. Off to Bell. Bell shoots from the side of the key. It's good.
I don't know if that's what Mark Reed wanted. He kind of shook his head, but he'll take the 2 points. Just hope they don't come back down and knock down a 3 here.
Almost stolen up front by Sargent. Here's Gilliam out top to McDonald. He'll drive the right side. Back to Gilliam. He'll shoot the jump shot. It's an air ball. The rebound battle for Oxford Hills has it. 7 seconds to go. Tillman in the corner, and he walked with the basketball. So when all is said and done, the Witches have a chance to take the lead with 3.9 seconds to go in the half.
Yeah, and I think Mark will be pleased with that right now. Coach Reed's going to say, hey, Shaky gets a very good defense, and we held court with him.
The ball looped down the floor for Frost. It's knocked out of bounds.
No. Wow. I think 2 referees had a point going this way, but they're going to let it go.
Here's Tillinen. He'll fire at the buzzer. It's around and up and over the top. And that's the end of the first half. A pretty hectic, helter-skelter, chaotic, sometimes undisciplined basketball game, but nonetheless entertaining. Your score at the half is Oxford Hills 22 and Brewer 20. We'll be back for our halftime talk in a moment.
And we're in this halftime here, being entertained by the Brewer High School band right now. We're going to give you the statistics. First of all, for Brewer High School, they're 20 points. 6 points by Andy Frost, 2 3-point shots. 4 points for JT Brendel. 2 points for John Bell. 4 points for Matt Sargent. And Brewer actually was 8 for 22 from the field, 3 for 6 from the 3-point line. So they shot just under 30%. For them, as far as rebounds are concerned, Brewer had 4 turnovers, which really, against that pressure, is not that bad. Really, Oxford Hills' pressure kept them from doing what they wanted to do offensively, but didn't create a lot of turnovers. Conversely, they forced 8 turnovers from Oxford Hills, but for a team that's trying to run it, you would expect them probably to have a few more than that. 13 rebounds for Brewer. They were out-rebounded 13-8, which is a little bit of surprise, but when you consider probably the number of offensive rebounds that Oxford Hills, that might give that. They were led by Thielinen with 5 rebounds, and Chad Gom had 4 rebounds. Andy Frost, the guard, actually had 3 rebounds, and John Bell another. So JT Brendel's probably got to get a little bit more involved in the offense rebounding for them to come away with a better second half. As far as Oxford Hill is concerned on the scoring end of things, they had 6 points by Leif Cote off the bench, and also Josh Chaplin chipped in 5, so that's 11 points off the bench. And as we were told before the game started, Scott Graffam has a lot of confidence these kids, and he exhibited it. They were led by 7 points by Mac McDonald, the 6-foot sophomore, 2 points by Gilliam. Probably the surprise in this game so far, Wayne, only 2 points by Corey Thielinen, yet they still find themselves up by 2.
And I think if anybody has to make an adjustment to win the game, it won't be Oxford Hills. This is probably the way they like to play.
Sure.
Brewer's going to have to show some patience, discipline, determination in the second half, run their offense, not get caught up in the pace, and just play smart basketball. They're only down by 2 at the half, but I think if you look at the 2 teams and probably what they're capable of, we know that Brewer is capable of far more than what we've seen in this game. Oxford Hills, helter-skelter basketball. It's hard to be consistent playing that kind of basketball throughout a season. I
think defensively, Mark Reed probably is fairly happy. I mean, 22 points and a half. Holding Oxford Hills with a lot of firepower to 8 for 26 shooting. They shot just over 30%, of course, like I said, but the problem was Brewer shot just under 30%. And so there was a lot of closeness in those statistics, which would reflect our close 22-20 halftime score.
We will be broadcasting the semifinals on Thursday night, and that's the girls' semifinals, and the boys' semifinals on Friday night. Right now, it looks like we'll have Bangor area teams in all the games. We've got in the girls semifinals, we've got Nokomis in there against Skowhegan. That's a 7:05 broadcast Thursday night. We'll record that one and air it for you. And then at 8:35, it's Tony and Mount Ararat girls. I don't know if we're going to do that game or not, depending on how my voice is. Those are 2 teams that will not be within, shall we say, viewing distance of our television signal.
Right.
Then definitely Nokomis and Bangor round 4. Bangor has won 3 of them. They embarrassed Nokomis 58-28 in one game and went into double overtime in the other and won the other one by 2. So I'll tell you,
who shows up?
It's going to be tough for Bangor to beat Nokomis a 4th time, having been that close on 2 occasions. And then if Brewer advances and beats Brunswick, we definitely will bring that game for you as well. So we definitely have 2 games, one Thursday night, one Friday night, and we'll see how Brewer fares tonight.
Brewer gets first ups here. No, excuse me. Oxford Hills has the possession.
So the Vikings have it to start this second half, leading by 2. Here's Gilliam. Off to Grenier. Out top now to McDonald. Now to the big guy, Tillinen, who's been relatively silent. Dribbles the right side, takes the shot, and hits, and he's fouled.
Now, I don't know if JT Brenda was looking for some help there, but he almost like intensely staying off the side to keep him going from the middle. Nobody showed up if he was looking for some help. 2 bad signs for Brewer right there. Tillinen going to the basket, and JT Brendel picking up his 3rd.
So he makes the free throw, and it's a 5-point lead once again for Oxford Hills.
And Tillinen's already exceeded his first half total.
Here's Bell. In the front court to the foul line, outside to Brindell. Now to Sargent. He's being hounded out there. Dribble side of the key in the lane, outside, Gom open for the 3. It's good. That does give you a bit of an added weapon.
Sure does. Mark Reed with a pump of the fist said, okay, we're right back in this thing here.
25-23, 7:05 to go in the 3rd. Here's Gilliam to McDonald. Out top is Gilliam again. Oxford Hills showing a little bit of patience here. Here's McDonald. Takes the shot off the glass, no good. The rebound put up and in by McVetti. Here comes Frost the other way quickly. It's 1-on-2. Right side in the lane, off the glass, no good. Battles for the rebound. It's in the lane, on the floor, a scramble for it. Frost comes away with it. Sargent out deep. He's got almost gets the 5 count. Frost down low. Brindell backdoor up off the glass and in.
Get rid of that before McVetti could get over there and help. Good, quick release, getting it down on the post.
Here's Tillinen. He'll fire a bomb. That's short. The rebound out deep, though, gathered by McVetti. Off to Gilliam. Now right side to Grenier. Down low to the big guy, Tillinen. He's triple teamed down there in the corner. And now gets it back on the wing. Dribbles the right side. Takes the shot off the glass. No good. The rebound to Brindell, and Brewer with a chance to tie. Sargent in front court to Bell. Now to Frost, left side to Sargent. Down low for Brindell, in traffic, fakes, takes the hook, it's blocked, and Oxford Hills away with it.
And no one responded on Brewer. Gom stayed on the outside, and when that ball got batted away, never made an attempt to go in.
Ball tipped out of bounds by Brewer, so it's still a Viking basketball.
Even when it looked like JT Brenna had pivoted, gone in to put that shot up, no one from Brewer attempted to get in there for that offensive rebound. They've got to hit the boards.
Here's the ball down low. Tillinen in traffic, up no good. Gone with a rebound. Off to Sargent.
Boy, Gilliam is quick.
Here comes Frost. He'll fire a 3. It's
he got
short,
fouled.
and he got fouled outside.
Might be after the shot. I don't know if they're going to call it shooting or after the shot. Nope, going to give him 3.
Number 15, Brent Grenier. That's his 2nd, team's first. At the line for 3 shots. The Brewer, number 34, Andy
That's
Frost.
2 on Brent Grenier.
First one is good. Second one in the air and good. Looks like he's got the stroke down. He's not leaning now.
Well,
Sometimes he leans. That's when
back,
he gets things
right.
set. Yeah.
Yep. Now, if he gets his weight going forward and doesn't take a lot of time on that line, just good quick release.
I think I can tell by when I see his elbow if it's going to be good or not. That looks good. 28-27 now.
Since they've been in the front.
Brewer on top since early in the first period. Frost with a big steal down the right side. Goes to the glass, puts it up and in. And Brewer takes a 3-point lead. And Grafham wants time. And the Brewer fans come to their feet with 5:07 to go in the 3rd period. And the Witches on top 30-27.
Brewer putting on a little defensive of their own, and really just an excellent job. Andy Frost certainly can spark this team. They say he's 5'11". You're his uncle. I don't know if he doesn't look quite a full 5'11" to me, but he sure plays big.
He does play big. He's strong. He's got. People don't know where he got those legs. He got them from playing hockey. He was a defenseman playing in the Maritime League over there in the Brunswick All-Stars. And I guess he played in the Montreal Forum and the Boston Garden.
No kidding. Wow.
Anyway, he played hockey when he was young. Never really started playing basketball probably sometime in elementary school when his parents moved to Cal. Played hockey in St. Stephen. Basketball's a little kinder. The hockey practice is about 5 o'clock in the
Yeah, I
morning.
was going to say. I lived in Massachusetts, man. Some of those kids literally going 1 or 2 o'clock practices in the morning. Ice time.
Here's Oxford Hills with basketball. Nice bounce pass down low. The layup, though, blown. It's on the floor and out of bounds, and it belongs to Brewer.
Not sure the officials agreed on that call, but I deferred to Shoppy. Brewer's going to get it back. I think they got it right.
I do, too. Here's Frost in backcourt. 4:35 to go in the third. Up in the front court, it goes to Gom, off to Bell.
Whoa.
Cross court. Now to Brindell in the corner, takes the jumper. It's off the mark, and the rebound away to Oxford Hills.
Good shot by Brindell there. It was well defended. Well, I think Mavetti just got away with a
Yes,
step
he
there.
did. He missed a shot, but the ball put up and in.
There's Kofi.
30-29.
Good play off the bench by Kofi.
Here's Frost. Out top to Bell. Fakes, takes the foul line jumper. It's off the mark. The rebound inside of Oxford Hills. Here comes McDonald. To the foul line. Cross court. Gilliam for 3. It's off the mark. Rebound inside. Lost out by Brewer.
Hey, 2 Brewer guys really going hard for it. That just happens sometimes. You say, well, can't they communicate? There was no communication that there. Just 2 guys going up hard for it. Couldn't get their hands on it. Sean Fanjoy back into the ball game for the Vikings.
Here's the ball in the lane to Tillinen. Posts up, takes the fall away. It's short, and Brindell with the rebound. Here comes Frost quickly in the front court down the left side. He'll spot up, fires the 3. It's short, and the rebound away to Tillinen. Quickly in front court, left side, a 3 on the way, and no good by Cote. Outside, here's the 3 by McDonald, is good. Now Oxford Hills back on top 32-30 as Brewer shows a little bit of undisciplined play, and Mark Reed wants to talk it over.
You can always tell how upset coaches by the way they give their timeout gesture. Mark very abruptly goes to the shoulders for the 30 seconds and wasn't very happy. I don't think he probably liked that last 3-point shot put up by Andy. Wouldn't have been so bad, but he had no rebounders then whatsoever. And of course you say, well, if it goes in, it's one thing, but that is not the pace Brewer wants to play.
They had regained the lead, had the momentum, and now it's swung back to the Vikings.
Okay, Brewer's going to establish the pace here.
Now a whistle and a foul inbounds on
Fanjoy.
Oxford Hills.
A little bit too much contact as far as the referee was concerned, impeding the progress of Andy Frost.
Comes into Frost, quickly up the left side in the front court, and he's pushed behind by Cote.
Lead Cote really was kind of helpless, lost his balance there, just couldn't do anything, have to land on the back of Frost. But speed kills. Andy Frost, he tried to beat him to that sideline, and then he got 2 steps ahead of him.
Ball comes in backcourt to Sargent. 3:15 to go in the third, a 2-point lead for Oxford Hills. Here's Bell, right side to Frost. Backdoor pass down low, Gom is open, puts it up, no good. The rebound inside, taken by McDonald. He'll fire a long 3, that's off the mark. Sargent runs it down in the corner. Talk about undisciplined.
I said Coach Graff just sat across his legs and put his hand up on his head and said, oh my goodness.
It seems to be like, it's kind of like sandlot basketball right now. Here's Brindell.
Which I'd still say probably goes to Oxford Hill's favor.
Sargent back to Gom and wing in the corner for Frost. Out to Sargent. He's open. That's Bell in the lane. Kicks it out to Sargent. He'll fire a 3. That's off the mark. Rebound inside to Tillinen. Long down-court pass is thrown away by the Vikings.
Really impressed with Leith Cote. He's going to take a seat, but that last time that Gom got the ball down the low post, Cote went right up with him and made Gom change that shot just slightly.
Now another foul in the inbounds. They're going to call this
Illegal
one on Brewer.
screen, yep, Matt Sargent.
Fouls on Brewers, number 10, Matt Sargent. That's his second.
Trying to
Team
free
second.
Andy Frost up there for the release.
Vikings, number 13, Lee Kobe.
Kothi coming right back into the ball game. Grenier going to have a seat.
They loop it into Tillinen. Takes the turnaround. It's no good. The rebound tip. A scramble for it. It's taken by Gom. Off to Sargent. Brewer with a chance to tie. 2:11 to go in the third. Which is trailed by 2. Here's Frost. He'll fire a 3. It's good. But I don't think they'll count the basket.
Did they call?
Well, it's going to be
They're
on
saying it was
Oxford
before.
Hills.
Fouls on Oxford Hills, number 34, Sean Banjo. That's
Mark
his
Reed making the case for that shot counting, but immediately the official gave the indication that the shot wasn't going to count. But that was Fanjoy's third foul, but fouls really aren't going to be a problem for Oxford Hills.
entering the game for the Vikings, number 21, Corey Saunders.
Corey Saunders, a 5'11 sophomore, entering the game for the first time.
Officials are talking it over, see if they think the shot was off before the foul occurred.
Mark Reed is still politicking over there on the side.
BK in the ball game. He'll put it in play out to Frost. He'll take that same 3. This one's no good. Weak side rebound. Bell lost it out of bounds.
Boy, Bell got up there for the rebound, but just couldn't control it.
Vikings with the ball. We're under 2 minutes to go in the third. Here comes Gilliam up the right side. Off to Tillinen. Pass down low underneath. Off, no good. Foul, offensive foul on Kaplan.
John Bell stood his ground there. Kaplan lowered the shoulder a little bit. Again, if he'd just gone straight up there, had a height advantage over Bell.
Oxford Hills with 5 team fouls. Brewer just 2 in this third period. Here's Frost in backcourt. Up in front court to Gom. Cross-court pass. BK out to Bell. Out top Frost, left side. BK open for 3. It's short. He gets his own rebound, goes to the glass up and in. The little guy snuck in there. He probably could have run under Gom's legs. And we're tied at 32.
BK's 5'9 and 6'4", and he didn't even make an attempt to box him out and scurried in front.
Here's Gilliam into the paint. It's bad and loose. It's out of bounds. Still a Viking basketball with 1:18 to go in the third.
Entering the game for the Vikings, number 14, Rob
Well,
Kennedy.
talking to Brewer coaches before this game, they really thought that if they could hold this game in the 50s, they'd have a good chance of winning, but I'm sure they didn't expect the defensive pressure that they were going to see this game. But I'd still say the pace is the way they want it.
Here's the pass down low. It's on the floor. Stolen by Brewer. Up in front court, here comes Bell. Out top to BK. Correction, make that Sargent. Now to BK.
Looks like Mark Reed's asking for one shot.
Like the first period, it was a long time to hold the ball against this pressure defense. Here's the pass, and Gom's pushed off.
Yep. Again, there's no need of that. He had the position.
Fouls on Brewers, number 54, Chad Gom. That's his
I don't know if
second.
Mark Reed's is
Team's
frustrated
third.
or doesn't like that call, but Gom clearly pushed off with his right hand as that ball was lobbed in. One thing to do that in traffic, but when you're isolated, you're not going to get away with it.
There are the Vikings with the ball. McDonald, he'll fire a 15-footer. It's off the mark. And Sargent with the rebound, and he's fouled in backcourt. And one more foul, and Brewer's going to the line for 1-on-1 for the rest of the game.
Incidental contact there, but again, Brewer is just doing a great job on the defensive boards, especially. I mean, there's 3 or 4 black shirts in there, going up high, going up hard. Like I said, the biggest opponent they've had on the rebounds is each other this quarter.
Yes. Brewer gets it in play to Gom. Now to Sargent. He'll beat his man up in the front court. Dribbles into the middle, in the lane, now backs out of there. 2 guys chasing him. Off to Bell. Now to BK. Back out to the outside to Bell. 22 seconds to go.
Yeah, they'll get this down to about 11 here.
Frost brings it up front, calls a play. Well, we'll see what pat on the top of his head means. Gets a pick from Gom. Drives left side of the key, and we've got a foul on Oxford Hills, and that'll be a 1-and-1 for Andy Frost with 6.9 to go in the third.
Fouls on Oxford Hills, number 14, Rob McBetty. That's his second, team 7. Entering the game.
Well, when Brewer gave the ball up on that foul with about a minute ago, you had a pretty good idea that they were going to get it back one way or the other. But chances are Oxford Hills wasn't going to hold on to it the rest of the quarter.
Free throw by Frost is short. The rebound tipped outside. Brewer runs it down. 5 seconds to go. Here's Sargent from the baseline. It's good. A three-pointer. And that's the end of the third period.
I believe that would have counted. Yes, the referee said that would have counted.
Yeah. How do you describe it?
And you know what? Sometimes you can tell. I think Matt Sargent was playing that off the glass. I mean, his body, I really believe he was trying to bank that over there. And then what an athletic play by Andy Frost. I mean, that had been the shot of the tournament right there if he had been able to sink that. But again, a good quarter by Brewer.
As we catch our breath, the score at the end of 3 is Brewer 35 and Oxford Hills 32.
So they outscore them 15-12, 15-10 actually, in that quarter. And I think the positive signs for Brewer right now is, first of all, as we said, really doing a good job on the defensive board. And I would say that Oxford Hills' pressure on the perimeter, though it was as intense and they're getting at it just as much, but I think the Brewer guards have adjusted. They're getting inside more. And like I said, with a couple perimeter shots here and there, things could be going their way. But no matter what happens in this ballgame, I'll tell you what, I am impressed with Scott Rapids Ball Club. I like the way they play defense. And it's not taking anything away from these Brewer kids. They're doing a good job well, but I'll tell you, just to have 8 or 9 guys just go at it like this.
Here's Frost beating his man. Now takes it to the wing, out to Gom. Over to Sargent. Ball fakes. Takes the 19-footer. It hits.
Look out.
37-32 now. Brewer by 5. I think that's their biggest lead of the game.
Oh, definitely.
Here's McConnell in the corner. Now he gets it back on the wing. Spins to the foul line. Lost the basketball. Gets it back. Gilliam on the right side of Tilleman. Wants to drive the baseline. Almost stepped out of bounds. Gets it outside to Gilliam. Back to Tilleman. He'll fire a 3. That's off the mark. And the rebound to Bell on the weak side.
Grindell get out there, got a hand in his face.
Here comes Bell in the front court. Over to Frost. Out top now to Bell.
Good job by Bell. They recognized Frost, picked up his dribble to create an outlet.
Now here's Sargent. Down low for Gom. Spins into the lane, takes the 5-foot up the baseline. No good. The rebound tip. Frost rips it down.
Bell kept that alive again. Second time he's tipped it out.
Here's Bell driving the baseline. The running one-hander off the mark. The rebound outside, and Oxford Hills has it. And they'll set up their offense with 6:30 to go. And Brewer by 5. Here's a 3 on the way. No good. The rebound in the lane. Battle for. Taken, kicked outside. Tilleman for 3. It's good.
Well, he's bound to hit one. I don't know how many he's missed, but I would safely say he's missed 7 3-pointers before that.
37-35. Brewer by 2. Up in the front court, here's Frost.
That was a big-time shot by Tilleman.
Bell. Gives it off to Sargent.
We got Andy Frost running the baseline, looking for picks right now, trying to get rid of Grenier.
Frost gets the basketball. Over to Sargent. Right side to Bell. He'll fire a 3. It's off. The rebound inside tip. Lost out of bounds. It's a Brewer basketball.
Entering the game for the Vikings, number 13, Lee Kofi.
Good looking shot by John Bell. Just couldn't get it to fall.
Frost alone on the inbounds. Doesn't take the shot. Gets it over to Sargent. Sargent works it out front. Off to Frost. Now to Bell. Sargent holding it on the wing. Now front to Bell. Brewer looking for a good shot here. Here's Frost. He'll take the three. It's good.
Right back at you.
Well, I had the perfect angle. Looked pretty good from where I was sitting at, looking right down the pipe here.
Well, he had time to get his feet set.
40-35, and now a whistle down low and a foul, I think, on Gom. 5:09 remaining. Brewer by 5.
I think that's Gom's third foul, and I believe that's the fourth team foul on Brewer.
Fouls on Brewer number 54, Chad Gom. That's his third. Team's fourth. Entering the game for the Vikings, number 34, Sean Banjor.
Vikings with the basketball. Here's McDonald in the corner for Tillinen. Wanted to shoot, had it tipped, got it back. He'll shoot again, and it's off the mark. Gone with the rebound.
Good defense by J.T. Brendo right there.
Here comes Sargent across the timeline. And now a whistle and a timeout by Brewer. That's a good timeout right there by Mark Reed. 4:49 to go in the game. You lead by 5. You got the basketball. You want to make sure you get a basket here.
Yep. Again, especially recognizing that you know that Oxford Hills is a good team. They've got a run left in them. You know that they're probably going to hit another three or something to bring it close. Mark's just going to remind them, okay, here's the plan, guys. Here's what we've got to do. And my guess is you're going to look to see if the ball get back inside into Gom, into Brindell, and I assume that Oxford Hills is going to be much more aware of where Andy Frost is now because of hitting those couple threes. So, got to go with a high percentage shot, uncontested shot. Make sure we're not taking, picking up any silly fouls. Let's keep that clock running. Pretty basic right from here on out. And on the other hand, Coach Graffin saying, guys, we've only scored 35 points here. Let's be patient. I don't know about the shot selection the last two times down by McDonald and Thielemann. They've got to get a higher percentage shots than that. If that, or Brewer's going to wind up with a double-digit win here.
Here's Sargent. Off to Frost. Dribbles the right side. Puts it up now to Bell. Out front, the ball stolen by Oxford Hills. It's one-on-one the other way in the lane. Shot put up off, no good. The rebound tip. Frost comes away with it.
Brewer caught a break there.
Wild shot there by Cote. Here's Frost in the lane, down the lane, takes the stop and pop off the glass, no good, and the rebound to the big guy, Tillinen. He'll bring it into front court, looking to shoot. Gets it outside now to McDonald. He'll fire a three. It's off the mark. Bell high for the rebound for Brewer.
Good hands by John Bell. That ball came out hard off the rim. He had to fully extend to pull that one in.
Here's Frost in the front court. Out top to Bell. That's a foul, and he'll go to the line.
John Bell, an effective foul shooter.
Haven't seen the Vikings reach like that very much in the game. They've been playing a lot of handsy defense, but their hands are in front of their own body rather than extending them out, trying to reach around the offensive player.
But Brewer might be doing a better job protecting the ball than they were in the first half as well. Now, John Bell's shot hasn't been going tonight, but he still contributed a good job on the boards, excellent defensive game, and a couple of times in key times he's tipped the ball to keep it alive.
Bell's free throw is short, though, and the rebound away to Oxford Hills. So the Witches, with 3 opportunities to extend this lead, have come up short. Here's Tillinen. 3:48 to go in the ball game. Brewer by 5.
Looks like he wants isolation.
Dribbles into the corner, takes the fall away. That's off the mark. It comes out, and we've got a foul on Oxford Hills. And that'll be the 9th team foul. So next time, Brewer has 2 shots every foul, and they'll have the 1-and-1 right now. And John Bell goes back to the line.
Another opportunity to put it past 5 here.
Free throw in the air, and no good, and Tillinen with a rebound. Here's Gilliam to the foul line. Out to McDonald. He'll drive the right side of the corner. Passes outside now to Grenier. Right side, McBady to the glass, up and in.
Rob McBady.
3:18 to go. Brewer leading just by 3. Here's Bell to Sargent up in the front court. Into the left corner. Bounce past the lane. Bell goes down the lane to the glass, up and in with a nice move.
Good athletic move there. Little redemption.
42-37. We're under 3 minutes to go. Brewer leading by 5.
Mark Reed exhorting the troops to get their hands up.
Here's McBetty in the lane. The running one-hander is good.
Rod McBetty.
Sure, Coach Reed likes to see him make them work a little harder than that before they give up 2.
Here's Cross quickly in the front court. Off to Gom. Now Sargent. Cross court to Bell. Cross. Up top to Bell. 2:24 to go. Brewer being very patient here. Here's Sargent. He's tripped and goes to the floor.
Got to call that.
And he'll have 2 shots.
Double bonus the rest of the way for the Brewer Witches. If I remember right, when we did the auditorium game here between Bangor and Brewer, Brewer had a 4 or 5 point lead with about a minute and a half to go in that game and didn't convert on their foul shots, and Bangor won that game in overtime.
Someone threw a bottle on the floor, I think.
Don't know what direction it came from.
No, I think it just came off from under the bench. One of the kids might have kicked it accidentally. So Matt Sargent with some big free throws. Free throw is rounded in. Gravity was his friend on that one.
Pushes back up to 4. Sargent very deliberate on the line.
Second one in, that's going to be short. The rebound tipped outside, Sargent gets it.
Chad Gom got a mid on it.
So it's now a 2-possession game. Brewer with the fouls in their favor. Here's Bell. 2:06 to go. Over to Frost. Now to Gom. Frost with the basketball out top to Bell. Brewer looking to use that clock. Almost stolen. Here's Sargent out front. It's tipped. Bell picks it up. Back to Sargent, and he's fouled, and he'll have 2 shots. And probably a good foul because he didn't look good on either of those free throws he just had.
I don't know if Coach Graff was upset with his ball player or the referee in that situation, but when he's taking off, you're going to establish. You got to give that guy a little bit of room there, and he hadn't established himself yet before Sargent took off.
Entering the game for the Vikings, number 23, Matt McDonald. And for the Witches,
Minute 51 here. 4 point lead. Make it a 2-possession game here. Of course, the basket should get a little bit bigger here now with a double bonus instead of 1-on-1.
BK has replaced Bell, who had to go out to have a little bit of blood taped on his leg, I guess. Foul shot by Sargent is good.
Looked a lot better on that one. I don't understand why they're not letting him re-enter. There was a second foul shot there.
Big one by Sargent is good.
There should be a buzzer here. Oh, time has to go off. Time has to expire when you leave as an injury.
6-point lead for Brewer. Oxford Hills with the ball, 1:47 to go. It's in the lane, almost stolen. Tillinen gets it on the wing. He'll shoot a 3. That's short. The rebound in the lane, tip. Goes to McBetty, gives it off to Tillinen, cuts to the basket, but he walked with the basketball.
He gathered himself for it, went up. I think Brindell might have got a piece of that 3-point shot. That he certainly harassed it, but I think he might have tipped it.
It was pretty flat, I know that. Didn't much arc. Here's Frost in backcourt. Beats the press by himself to the foul line, goes down the lane, bounce pass off the Gom, fakes, and he's fouled.
It really doesn't matter whether it's on the floor or not because it's going to bring about 2 shots.
So now a timeout called by Oxford Hills. 1:28 to go. Brewer 45 at Oxford Hills 39.
That's something I've never seen Roger Reed do. Mark Reed gesturing to the crowd. Come on, let's go. Let's make some noise. Guess it's the next generation thing.
It's a new generation.
Actually, Darren Hall and Mark Reed up there say, "Come on, guys, we're ahead here. Let's show some enthusiasm." Well, I'll tell you what, we've been talking about the defense of Brewer throughout here. Of Oxford Hills, but I'll tell you what, we got a minute and a half here, and this well-touted offense of Oxford Hills here. It was supposed to be a high-octane offense. Now, we know, like I said, they're playing short-handed with a couple of starters, but still, hold them under 40 points with a minute and a half to go is really speaks very well of their defensive pressure. Oxford Hills only 7 for 26 in this half from the floor.
So Gom at the line for 2. First one is good.
That makes it a 3-possession game with a minute and a half to go. Minute and a half to go, though. That could be about 6 possessions for
That's
Oxford
right.
Hills.
They don't waste much time setting up.
Brewer might have something to say about that.
Here's Gom. Second one is good. 47-39. Here comes McDonald in the front court. Gets it off to Tilleman. Off to McDonald. He'll fire a fadeaway 3. It's short. The rebound in the lane taken by McVetti. Lost the basketball. Picked up on the floor by Bell. Off to Sargent. Takes the long pass. Gives it off to Bell. 1:10 to go. Here's Frost in backcourt in the front court. Gets it up front now to Bell. Left side to Sargent. 1 minute remaining. In the lane. Sargent running one-hander. Rattles in.
Goodness. Things are going their way.
A 10-point lead now for Brewer. Here's the ball blocked on the side by Brendel. Off to Bell. And he'll slow it down. The Brewer fans are pretty excited on our side of the auditorium. Bell out deep. 40 seconds to go. Over to Gom. Now to Frost. Bounce pass off to Bell. Frost has it out deep. Oxford Hills not looking to foul here. Here's Bell outside. He's fouled with 21.6 seconds to go.
Coach Grafton calling for the foul out there. And not so much to get them on the foul line, but just get some kids into the ball game.
So John Bell at the line. Free throw is good.
Number 22, Isaac Bell. For the Vikings, number 3, Eric Powell. Number 52, Steve Cummings.
Eric Carlin in the ball game. And some guys that aren't on my roster. Also Dan Magoon. Greg LaPlante. Troy Saunders. And I don't know who number 52 is.
He'll remain number 52 forever. Second one is good by Bell. They're going to wave it off now. Said he was over the line.
Oh, well. We get back into the ball game for Brewer for the first time. Travis Stewart coming in for him. Chris Wilson in. Also number 22, Isaac Bell, John Bell's little brother, in there. I'm missing somebody. I think that covers it.
50-39, Brewer on top, 16 seconds to go.
John Roan's out there as well for Brewer.
Ball in the lane stolen by Brewer.
John Roan with the ball.
Cross-court pass.
Wilson can
Brewer
shoot the
working
three.
it. Here's a long bomb. Is no good at the buzzer, and that's the final buzzer. And the game is over. Brewer wins it 50-39. Oxford Hills led at the end of one period of play, 11-7. They scored 11 points in the second period to 13 by Brewer, so the Witches moved a little closer at the half, trailing 22-20. In the third period, the Witches took over, scoring 15 points to 10 by Oxford Hills, and the score at the end of 3 was 35-32, but the Witches couldn't shake the Vikings until about the 3-minute mark in the fourth period when they opened up a lead and then hit the free throws when it counted at the end and scored 15 points in the final period to just 7 by Oxford Hills.
So they held Oxford Hills to 17 points in that second half. Excellent defensive effort. And again, you'd have to say for Brewer, no one really had an outstanding game for Brewer.
No.
But it was a great team effort, great team defense. And I'll tell you what, they just owned the defensive boards that second half. I mean, they crashed the boards, did a good job, and the Vikings just never could get it on track offensively. And Brewer was hoping the game would be in the 50s. I think they did a little better than that.
Well, let's take a look at the final score. If we've got that, I'll wait to get the rebound totals and things from my son Josh, who's been our stat for this game. And while we're waiting for all that, I'll recap what's going to happen here for the semifinals. On Thursday night at 7 o'clock here at the auditorium, it's Skowhegan and Nokomis. We'll broadcast that game here on the Interscholastic Sports Network. That'll be followed by Coney and Mount Ararat. So the girls' semifinals on Thursday night. And then on Friday night, we'll have both games for you. It'll be Nokomis and Bangor. That's a 7:05 broadcast on the Friday night. And then Brunswick and Brewer will go at it right after the Nokomis-Bangor game. We will broadcast both those games. We'll let you know, and check your local listings in the Bangor Daily News to see the day and the time of these tape-delayed broadcasts of the Class A semifinals. Then, of course, television-wise, we'll hand it over to our friends at Maine Public Broadcasting Corporation as they will do the Class A finals.
All right, first of all, for Oxford Hills, as we said, really a great defensive team, but just couldn't get it on as far as offense is concerned. They were led by 10 points by the sophomore Mac McDonald, 8 points by Leaf Cote off the bench, 6 points by Rob McVetti, 5 points by Josh Chaplin also coming off the bench, and 8 points by Corey Thielenen. And there's a guy that they're used to seeing score 20-some points a game and only coming up with 8. So that's certainly a disappointment. They actually were led by Corey Thielenen with 8 rebounds. They actually rebounded well. They had 32 rebounds, 7 by McVetti and 7 by Matt McDonald. Team turnovers, 14, which I believe is about the average for high school. So again, that statistic I don't think is really a telling statistic. I think really the telling statistic is shooting under 30% in the game. For them, it's going to be tough to win that. For Brewer, 14 points by Matt Sargent. Matt Sargent really came up big in the second half with, 9, 10, 12 points in the second half. 10 points second half for Sargent. Good job. Also 14 points by Andy Frost, and just very solid rebounding for Frost as well. Chad Gom, the Gominator, coming up with 9 points. 2 points for Zach. BK will go with that. 5 points for John Bell, and for their total of 50 points. They didn't shoot much better, but had a lot more foul shots. And Brewer as well, they were led by 7 rebounds by Chad Gom, most of those coming in the half. They were actually out-rebounded 32-6, but here's a great statistic, a total of 5 turnovers for Brewer. They took care of the ball, and I guess if you're going to look at statistic, that's probably a big one. That's
the one you won't see in the box score. That will be the telling thing. They out-rebounded 32-26. Oxford Hills had a lot of offensive rebounds. I think probably the key in the game, though, was the fact that Brewer was able to handle the pressure well. I think they were caught off guard by the pressure from Oxford Hills in the first half. They protected the ball a lot better in the second half. I don't think Oxford Hills was used to seeing the kind of defense that Brewer will throw at you, because Bangor and Brewer both D up before they play offense.
They sure do. Priority number 1.
That might have been the difference in the ball game. Well, that's our quarterfinal action here on the Interscholastic Sports Network. As I mentioned before, we will do some of the semifinal action as well. And that wraps it up here tonight. I want to thank, who's our friend that helped us with the
Dwayne Conley, our other statistician.
Dwayne Conley and my son Joshua Frost doing the rebounds and the turnovers, and for Carol Conley, and of course our cameraman and video man himself, Morris Brown, and St. Croix Video Productions. This is Wayne Frost. Thank you for tuning in today. God bless you. Once again, your final score, Brewer 50, Oxford Hills 39. We'll see you next time.